Now, how to attend the method, here. Method, when this kind of authentic spiritual master is found, there are 3 ways to attend him or her. These are attending him or her through respect and service, attending him or her through devotion and reverence, and attending him or her through practice and persistence in the teachings. So there are 3 ways. The first, respect and service. When you find such authentic spiritual master, the first has 2 subdivisions. Attending him or her through respect means doing frustration. Standing quickly means when the spiritual master comes, you rest out of respect. You just stand up. Not because of the law, but because of your own respect. That's very important. If it's because of the law or you have to do without choice, you don't like it, But because of the law, you have to do it. That's the not point. You do it joyfully. Your respect comes from your joy, not because you have to do it. This is, this kind of very important. Otherwise, it looks like a very kind of culture. No, this is not a culture. It's your feeling, how you cherish. Does it make sense? Otherwise, it looks like it's presenting the culture here. No, well, so I usually say I'm not presenting the culture or belief, but how to relate to each other, how to harmonize each other. No. So when people you like, you just smile without your choice because you like that person. When person comes whom you don't like, even you try, smile doesn't come. So if there's, if you make a law, it says you have to smile. If not, I will punish you. Then it's very difficult, So like this, you see. Standing quickly, bowing down and circumambulating, expressing yourself with the feeling of the closeness at the right time. First of all, your mind should have a good feeling, cherishing, respecting, because you are getting something. You are getting wisdom, good qualities, how to become a better human being. No, because how to deleting the cause of suffering, and how to aid your wisdom, the cause of peace and happiness. See, at the right time, gazing at him or her on and off, satiations, without satisfaction, just keep on. So forth. The example is how Sudana, there's a story now, who even risked his life, or Milarepa, you look at that, Sudana, the son of a merchant, attend his spiritual master, look at that. One time Milarepa ran away from Marpa, but he got a chance to read the sutra, and at the end of sutra, there's a life story of Sudana. And Milarepa said, mine is very small. I must go back. No? That's it. The Planting the Noble Stock Sutra says, one should never be satisfied by gazing at a spiritual master because it is difficult to see spiritual master. See, reason, see, because it's very difficult to see, to meet an authentic spiritual master. There are so many, but there are very few who are authentic. It's rare for them to appear on the earth. It's difficult to meet them and study with them especially. No? So look at this. Then you feel feeling of the warmness, appreciation, rejoice. And then you never get tired. No, otherwise sometimes you get tired. That's enough now. No, like that you see. Okay. Attending the spiritual master through service means to offer him or her dharmic food, cloth, means right livelihood. What necessary, food, clothes, bedding, seeds, medicines, and all other types of necessary things, even at the risk of one's body and life. The example is the way, Milarepa is not, I made a mistake. Sudhana is not that Milarepa read. Milarepa read this now. Sata prarudita, always crying, attending spiritual mastery. It's stated in the Sri Samvava life story. The enlightenment of a Buddha will be achieved through service. So spiritual master means purifying one's own attachment, fully dedicating one's life for the enlightenment. That's one. Not just only please the spiritual master, but your own motivation. So this is how practice is about. Not out of attachment, but out of responsibility based on wisdom, compassion. No? Then devotion and reverence. To attend him or her through devotion and reverence means that one should regard spiritual master as the Buddha. Regard him means he or she is not Buddha, but right now we don't have opportunity to see Buddha. So we have opportunity to see this authentic spiritual master who has those qualities. So for you, it's the Buddha, no, representing Buddha. I'm receiving teaching, the Buddha's teaching. So that's what's called regard as a Buddha. No? Regard spiritual master as the Buddha. One should not disobey his teachings. Means it's Buddha's teaching. One should develop devotion, respect, and a clear mind. The example is the manner in which Naropa attended his spiritual master. Look at the life stories. The great Kagyu master in these life stories are translated. So read those. The mother of victorious one profession of wisdom says, you should persistently, repeatedly, and constantly revere spiritual master, be very generous with them, and cherish them. And because there, as I mentioned, they have those qualities, like 8 qualities or 4 qualities, at least 2 qualities, So their mind is totally for other sentient beings. Their life is totally dedicated for the Dharma, be a service of teachings. So because of that, there's reason to respect, to do things right. Because their motivation is to service for all sentient beings. So you are serving all the sentient beings. So these are important how to play. Otherwise, sometimes it becomes a cult. A bunch of cult members, That's very dangerous. We don't want to establish a cult, Furthermore, one should avoid wrong view toward the skillful actions of spiritual master. Instead, one should respect them highly. For an example, refer to the life story of King Anala. This also here, life stories here. No. Sometimes, for the necessity of the individuals, the spiritual master may act some differently. And you think, he or she is very strange, Kind of, he or she acts me differently from that. Becomes a bias. You may feel that from your point of view, perception. So that time, bring remedy. Purify this is my wrong perception. That individuals need this kind of support, help. And you support that. And that will bring peace in your own mind. Otherwise, sometimes out of jealous, out of arrogance, or he or she is very biased. To some, he acts so nicely, and to me, it's very unkindly. Why he can do this or she can do this. This thing can happen. So this all go to the Dharma practice, purifying our own mind. But practice and persistence, you say, attending him through practice and persistent in the teaching. Persistence means repeating again and again to understand, to practice, receive again and again, and practice, apply. Means to truly integrate, practice the teachings of spiritual master through hearing, contemplation, and meditation practice. Through persistence, you see. So hearing, first you hear it, you study it. Then you contemplate, if you understood or not, it makes sense or not, analyze, get to understand the point. Once you understood, then put into practice. Like look at weakness, what kind of weakness you have? Arrogance, attachment, anger, jealousy, so forth. Then bring the Dharma for the antidote to purify this. That is Buddhism. That's the teaching why we're studying. We are practicing. That's the how to solve the problem. There's no magic. No. That way we can become Buddha, not through the title, how much title we get. So when I got title Khenchen, it made me more suffering instead of getting more benefit. So a few years ago, I told His Holiness, now I don't want the title. So Dharma practice bring into the heart. That's the point here, you see. So hear it, contemplate it, and put into practice persistently. Saying not one time, two times, persistently. This will make the spiritual master supremely pleased. This would make this real spiritual master will make happy by this practice. That's why Marba said, I'm so happy with Milarepa, even though he didn't have penny to make offering, but he did all what I said. That's the factory we're making, you see. So put into practice. Be a good person, sincere, and through that will help all sentient beings, many people. See, attending spiritual master says the Ornament of Minor Sutra says, attending spiritual master means practice whatever is taught. By this, he or she will be completely pleased. One will achieve Buddhahood when the spiritual master is pleased, as it says in Sri Samvava life story. When you please the spiritual master, you will achieve the enlightenment of all Buddhas. This now. So most important is this third one, practice and persistence. That's the most important. And then what is next? See, there are 3 steps to receive the teachings from spiritual master. So when you attend the spiritual master, preparation, so teaching received from spiritual master. First, preparation, the actual teaching, and the consequences. Or at the end, third one. First, preparation means to receive the teachings with the bodhicitta. Whenever you receive teaching, say prayers, do meditation, anything when you do, always watch your bodhicitta. Bodhicitta should be at the hand. No, I'm doing this not for me. I'm doing this to achieve enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. I dedicate my body, speech, mind for the enlightenment. That's the preparation first. See? The mind of the enlightenment, see, bodhicitta, the mind of enlightenment. While actually receiving the teachings, then you should regard yourself as the patient. Like we are sick. We are sick of the afflictive emotions. I have anger, I have ignorance, I have attachment, pride, jealousy. I'm sick because of this, not physically, no pain. Then Dharma as the medicine. So to cure this, now I receive Dharma. It's the medicine. Look at the weakness of yourself. And the spiritual master as the patients, the physicians. So diagnosis, what problem you have, this. To cure this, you should take this medicine. Like this. Listening to and firmly practicing the Dharma should be regarded as a recovering from the sickness. Like you are taking medicine. So you receive teachings, then implement. Removing all the problems, that obscurations we have in the mind. That's called actual practice Dharma. So how beautifully it's mentioned here, described. So precisely, you see. Each step, it puts a way how to implement, how to apply it into your daily life. Listening to the firmly practicing the Dharma should be regarded as the recovering from the sickness. As a consequence, it falls of beings like a pot turned upside down. Then if we don't practice accordingly, then this problem is same. As a consequence, the falls of being like a pot turned upside down, a leaking pot, and a pot filled with the poison will will be avoided, or they should be avoided. These three problems, means this during the teaching, receiving teaching, as well as meditation practice. What it's saying here is, your body is here in the session. You are receiving. Your mind is wandering everywhere, and you are not listening even word. You haven't got any idea what teaching is taught. It's a part is upside down. Or you are sleeping during the teaching, or meditation, or you meditate. You say your body looks very straight, very formal. Your eyes are gazing down. Your mind is always wandering around here, how to solve that problem, how to challenge with that person, how to get rid of that person, all this. So the part is upside down. Or even your body is here and you are listening, but not being mindful. The leaking. As soon as you get up, all the teachings you put on the cushion and you left empty vessel. All the leaked, Make sense?
Yeah.
See. Or you receive teachings to challenge somebody. I will make expert and make a famous. I will compete with that person. I make it better famous than to that person, with the jealous, with the pride, with the attachment. This is called the third part, with the poisonous. Your delicious food is put in your plate. A delectable cuisine is in your table, but poisoned. You eat deliciously, but it feeds your ego, attachment. So it doesn't do any good. So you see, whether Dharma becomes a path, a medicine to purify our obscurations, or Dharma becomes a support to build your ego, attachment, is absolutely is individual's choice, our responsibility. See how precious. Only one word there, one sentence, isn't it? But it's such a profound meaning. We just take Dharma with the proper vessel and purify all obsessions. So like Lord Jigten Sumgön, when he was receiving teachings with the Pamotuba, he was staying way behind the other monks, being very modest, simple, and just contemplating, not associating with all the arguments and talks. Receive teachings completely quiet. That time, many they said his family lineage is called Jura, said the silent Jura. They say it's a silent Jura, completely silent. Observing all the teachings, nothing negative thoughts let come. So that's here. So the pot filled with the poisons should be avoided. Now the benefit, the fifth, the beneficial effects of attending a spiritual masters are mentioned in the Shri Sambhava's life story. Noble families means Bodhisattva, A bodhisattva, a noble family, a bodhisattva who is well guarded by spiritual masters will not fall into the lower realms. See, always watching the mind, protecting, keeping all the precepts, Vinaya, bodhisattvas, and all this. So will never go to the lower realms. A bodhisattva who is escorted by spiritual master will not fall into the hand of an evil person. There are some individuals who deceive, but that bodhisattva has that kind of awareness, cannot deceive. No? A bodhisattva who is well guarded by the spiritual masters will not turn away from the Mahayana path. Means will never derail from the path. A bodhisattva who is well guarded by the spiritual master will go beyond the ordinary person's level, means will not stay in the samsara, go beyond samsara to the enlightenment. No? The mother of the victorious one, perfection of wisdom, says, a bodhisattva, mahasattva who is well guarded by spiritual masters will quickly achieve unsurpassable, complete enlightenment, Buddhahood. This is the third chapter dealing with the spiritual master from the JOL ornament of liberation, the wish-fulfilling gem of the noble teachings. Now we have few minutes if you have any questions.
Question.
Yes.
Towards the beginning, you said a very long version of the perfection of wisdom teaching.
When?
Towards the beginning, it's like something thousand verse of perfection of wisdom.
84,000?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is the name of that particular teaching?
That name of that is called the 84,000 categories of the teaching. Yes. So in Tibet it's called Choji Pungbu Jedi Shidong. No? Yeah, any discussions if you have? Yes.
Khenchen, this is a very simple question. When I leave here today and go back to the world, and all the obscurations are around me, and I turn on the TV, I will always have you in here, but how can I stay on this path, the Mahayana path, more securely while being out there and going to work and taking care of the house and the dog and all those things? I've been practiced meditation, yes, and I want to do more, and I'm very weak. So I get taken in with reading the Hunger Games or watching Mad Men on television.
So that reinforces your studying Dharma teachings. How much delusions out there, how much suffering is out there. You see, that reinforces your Dharma teachings, how Dharma gives us this kind of clear picture. Remind that. See, it's not something, as I mentioned, believe, but how reality. So reflect on that. Then you develop your compassion, develop your wisdom, remind the impermanence of all phenomena, recollect the suffering of the sentient beings. So how much this delusion, suffering is there. You know, then look at, see how much now there are to kind of free from the suffering. of these delusions. They're very little.
So it can all be useful.
Yes, so always remind Dharma. Then if you see those, it reinforces, as mentioned, your Dharma practice. If you forget Dharma, then back to samsara.
Thank you.
Yes.
If learning the Dharma is hearing, contemplation, and then practice or meditation.
Yes.
I think from prior teachings, we were told that contemplation includes investigation. And
Yes.
whether this is something that you believe, how does that investigation part contradict or not hearing something from the spiritual master and just accepting that?
Contemplation, says, you have heard of everything is impermanent. Now you contemplate on that. Is there anything which is not impermanent in the world? So then you see, yes, everything is impermanent. That which is composite, that which is based on causes and conditions, all are impermanent. You see that. Now, which contradicts the philosophy of impermanence is our grasping, fixation. We are fixated to something, holding as real, permanent. So that now to purify that, meditation practice, implementing, everything is impermanent. I have to release this. I have to get rid of this problem. That's the practice. So hearing, contemplation, and practice.
If something that would, in investigation, we think something is contradictory to what the spiritual master is saying, maybe we haven't investigated far enough.
Yeah, not so. You should do more that. If it contradicts, I heard this, I contemplated, but still I'm not sure. How is it? Because I see this way. So you discuss, like that. Yeah. Yes.
In my meditation, there are times, of course, when some of those thoughts, images, emotions that fly like clouds stick, and I get caught in them. And the technique I use is to breathe, focus, try to get through them. Do you have any tricks that you want to share with us about getting through some of the stickier stuff that sends us off into some other path or realm?
See, there are many different experiences, and those individual experiences also have their many antidotes. It's not just one. One problem to solve that. There can be one specific remedy. No, one remedy cannot solve all the problems. So if you have a car, if you have a tire is a problem, then you have to have it to fix the tire. To fix that, a skill to fix the tire cannot fix the engine.
So I just experiment?
Yeah, so as mentioned, look at this book, read, step by step. Now, if you're coming all through, then there's so many steps how to implement. So after this, now we are, so today's spiritual master is done. Now next coming is instruction. In the instruction has all those now methods. Step by step, yeah.
I'll be patient.
Excuse me.
I'll be patient.
Yes, first you understand the Buddha nature. What's about that? get that good understanding, and the precious human life, rejoice, appreciate yourself. And then why we need to attend the spiritual master step by step. First, reason, and second, the classification and the qualities and how to attend. So this all just Gampopa made so clear picture, So get all those things. Then you are preparing now.
Thank you.
Okay, now please take a deep breath. And then please reflect today what we went through, just briefly. The precious human life and spiritual masters. And also, as I mentioned, in the complete guide to Buddhist path has also there's Buddha nature, there's also spiritual masters, there's also precious human life. So read those, that will help you to enhance your understanding. And then you appreciate, rejoice yourself. So I'm so fortunate. Now during these 2 months, I will pursue, get a complete those teachings. Even though I have read before, but I'll reinforce. Okay, with this, then we'll say some dedication prayers. Please open page 32. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, rooted lineage lamas, divine assemblies of yidams, assemblies of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, yogins, yoginis, dakinis, dwelling in the 10 directions. Please hear my prayer. May the virtues collected the 3 times by myself and all sentient beings in samsara and nirvana, innate root of virtue, not result in 8 worldly concerns, the 4 causes of samsara, or rebirth as a sarvaka or Pratyeka Buddha. May all matter sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me in mind, obstructors who harm, misleading martyrs, and hordes of demons, experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and suitably attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for every moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and through that may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinite of space. May I gain supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise even at the time of my death. May I not die with the negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind as such, in pervading clarity of Dharmata. May I in any case gain the supreme attainment to Mahamudra at the time of death in the Bharata. Next. By the virtues collected the 3 times by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the innate root of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of great Drikung Kagyu, who's omniscient, Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue to increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of samsara. Okay, thank you. Okay. So, how you are doing?
Good, great.
You are doing good? That's good.